What we're doing now is we're looking at solving equations with brackets. Okay. We already said that an equation is um, any expression which has got it's made of probably two expressions, one on the left-hand side and one on the right-hand side of the equality sign. So an equation definitely has an equality sign like this. And this side is called the left-hand side, and this side is called the right-hand side. And there is a pronumeral on that we need to find its pronumeral so that both sides become equal. Today we are looking at the equations which have got brackets in them. We already learned how to expand the brackets. We know that when you got 2, for example, here, and this bracket means there is a times between them. And also we learned that to expand the brackets, you times the number outside the bracket by all terms inside the bracket. So here, for example, 2 is going to be times by p, and 2 is going to be times by 4, and then there's going to be a subtraction between them. All right. So basically, we need to expand first and then solve as we did before. All right, if you expand this one we just had, 2 times p is going to be 2p, and 2 times 4 is going to be 8. And between them there is a minus, then equal to 6. Okay, here I got to do the inverse operation on the left hand side so that the left hand side turns into p. So what has happened to p? P has been times by 2, then 8 has been subtracted from that. So the last operation that has happened to that is subtracting 8. So we got to add 8. We got to do the inverse operation. But we got to do it to both sides. So I'm adding 8 to both sides, to this side and to this side of the equation. All right, so if you have 2p minus 8 plus 8, so this adding 8 and subtracting 8, they cancel each other out, and you're going to end up with 2p on the left-hand side. And if you're adding 6 and 8, you're going to have 14. So that will give you 2p equal to 14. 6 plus 8 is 14, and minus 8 and plus 8 cancel each other out. You get 2p. All right, still I don't have p here. I need to get to p. What has happened to p? It has been times by 2. I do the inverse operation. Inverse operation for timesing is dividing. So I'm going to divide by 2 to get back to p. But if I'm dividing the left-hand side by p, I got to divide also the right-hand side. If I'm dividing, the left-hand side by 2, I got to divide the right-hand side also by 2. So that will give me p, and 14 divided by 2 will give me 7. That is my solution. So p equal to 7 is the answer to that equation. So if you go to the original equation and replace p with 7, you will get whatever you had on your right-hand side. So let's look at another example. Here you have 3 times u in the bracket minus 5 close bracket equal to 12. Okay, if I look at here at that, again I need to expand the bracket. So that's my equation, original equation. I expanded the bracket, so that comes 3 times u, comes 3u, then there's minus, that minus goes here, then also 3 times 5. You times 3 by everything inside the bracket. So 3 times 5 is 15. Then equal to 12, equal to 12. Again, based on what we said here, we got to first get rid of this minus 15 because u has been times by 3, then 15 has been subtracted. That's the last operation that has happened, subtracting 15. So you got to do the opposite operation, which is adding 15. But if you're adding to this side, add it also to this side. So now 3u minus 15 plus 15. These two will go away. You end up with only 3u. And on the right hand side, you have 12 plus 15, which is 27. So 27 here, and that minus 15 and plus 15 have gone. So 3u equal to 27. Now look at this. What has happened to u? It has been times by 3. You got to do the opposite operation. So divide by 3. So you're dividing this by 3 so that this turns into u, but you got to divide the right hand side also by 3. So 27 divided by 3 will give you 9, and 3u divided by 3 is equal to u. Once you get to the unknown or the pronumeral equal to number, you solve your equation. That is your solution. U equal to 9 is the solution. You can check your answer to see if it is right or not. On the left-hand side of the original equation, we had 3 times bracket u minus 5 close bracket. So because u is 9, I put 9 here in place of u. So here, I do the bracket first. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 times 3 times 4 is 12. But the right-hand side also was 12 in the original equation. So that means that my answer, u equal to 9, is correct. If you look at the original equation, the right-hand side was 12. So it works. Another example, 15 equal to minus 7, bracket d minus 2, close bracket. Okay, the difference between this one and the previous one is here, your unknown is on the right-hand side, but we are more comfortable with having the unknown or the pronumeral on the left-hand side. So this is not a big issue. You can switch both sides. You can take 15 to the right-hand side and minus 7 and that bracket to the left-hand side. That's what has happened here. So we switch the sides so that unknown is on the left-hand side of the equality. All right, now we got that. You multiply, you expand the bracket. So minus 7 times d becomes minus 7d. Then you have this minus comes here. Then minus 7 times 2, minus 7 times 2, equal to 15. Okay, here 7 times 2 is 14, but minus, when you got two minuses one after each other, you can change it to plus. So it becomes minus 7d, then these two minuses becomes plus, and 7 times 2 is 14 equal to 15. Okay, here again the same thing, subtract 14 from both sides. Because 14 is the last thing that has happened to d. First, d has been times by minus 7, then 14 has been added. Subtract 14 from both sides. If you subtract 14 from this side, that 14 goes away. You end up with just minus 7d. And if you subtract 14 from 15, you get 1. Now d has been times by minus 7. So you got to divide both sides by minus 7. If you divide minus 7d by minus 7, you end up with d. If you divide 1 by minus 7, you end up with 1 over 7 with a negative here. So you could have put 1 over minus 7 here, or you can put the negative next to the fraction mark. But basically what we did, we divided 1 by minus 7. And because we cannot divide it, we write it as a fraction, like this. That could have been 1 over minus 7. As I said, you can put minus 7 here, or you can put next to the fraction. Thank you for your attention.